I'm Kirsty Dunphey, and I'm here today with the guy I'm going to call Mr. Attitude, Justin Herald. Thanks for being with us, Justin.
No worries at all.
Okay, now Justin, let's get into the story of the Attitude brand. How old were you when someone from your church told you you had a bad attitude and so you went out and started up a business?
I was 25 years old.
25. And so am I right in saying you went out and screen printed up a couple of t-shirts about your attitude problem?
I did, and because I just wanted, if I wasn't at church, I wanted my mates to carry on the angst.
The legacy.
Yes, and sort of carry that forward.
All right, so what did the first t-shirt say?
It was quite positive, actually, out of all of them. It was, in the end, it's all a matter of attitude. I didn't see attitude as a bad thing. She did. So I didn't see that I had an attitude problem. She had a perception problem. So.
All right. And so from a couple of t-shirts, where did the story lead us? Where to from there?
From there, first year's turnover went to $1 million from the $50, which was pretty cool.
Just the first year's turnover, right? Pocket money, excellent.
And the 6th year was doing 36 million. So
sensational.
Yeah, but the money thing, cool. I just had now more people throughout the world wearing my shirts, and no matter where this lady goes, there's someone else that's going to tick her off about my attitude. So I'm so happy with that.
Have you spoken to her since you started up the business?
Yeah, she still dislikes me to this day.
Sensational. So you've had a really lasting impact
$50
on someone.
goes a very long way.
I love the slogan on the t-shirt. What was the one that I remember most clearly? I don't have an attitude problem, you have a perception problem.
Yes, and let's work as a team and do it my way. That's my favourite one.
Okay, so you build up the years over 6 years. You build up the business over 6 years. You end up with this amazing business. And then you decided to license the brand, is that correct? Okay, so what was involved in that?
Companies came to me and wanted to take my name to put on their product, which I never understood why they would want to do that. I wasn't the smartest cookie in the jar at the start. It was because they wanted my market share. And they wanted to capture that market share to buy their product. So putting my name on their TVs or stereos or cars, that would then get them bigger sales. So ended up doing that through the entire range. So there was over 900 products throughout the world and 186 companies that took on the brand.
Okay, and you just said then you're not the smartest cookie in the basket. That's just not true, mate. Come on. You've obviously got a lot of brains behind you. If you don't think it's brains that have put what you can put down to your success, what would you put it down to?
Oh, look, I think I've learnt how to be smarter. Okay. So I've had to learn that. But I've also, I will take a long time to find a shortcut. So there's easy ways to do things out there than we're currently doing. I think a lot of people come through or go through life and they might have a problem. They go, well, there's 3 ways that I can overcome this. There's probably 3,000 ways you can overcome it. You've got to find the best way.
Brainstorming out all the solutions.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I suppose, in life and business would love to have a harvest, but they're not yet planted a seed. So I just plant a lot of seeds, and at some point in time there's going to be a harvest somewhere, and I'll just go and harvest that. It's pretty simple stuff.
Now I'm planting a lot of seeds. I've noticed from your website at the moment you've got a couple of different business ventures on the way. There's the sunglasses, there's the trusty tradies.
Yep.
So tell me, would you consider yourself a serial entrepreneur at the moment?
You know what? It's my least favourite word is the word entrepreneur.
Why's that?
You never hear me call myself one.
Okay.
I think it's a third-party endorsement, and thank you. But, I just do what I do. If that's entrepreneurial, that's great. I like thinking outside the square. I spend my entire life outside the square. I don't think I've ever been conventional, and if my business model can fit within that, that's cool. So I'll just try different stuff all the time. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't, I'm not overly fussed. I'm just trying to give it a shot.
Are you a big fan of business plans?
I've never done a business plan. Never done a forecast, never done a profit and loss, never borrowed money, never had an overdraft.
Sensational. All right. Now, if someone came to you and said, I don't have a business plan, I don't have a profit and loss, I don't have a forecast, I want to start up my own business, would you be like, absolutely go for it, or is that something that just you can do?
No. Anyone could do it as long as they're smart about it.
Okay.
So it's about taking a risk. I mean, I risked, and people go, I had nothing to lose. I had $1.25 to lose.
Well.
So that to me was everything I had. It's all about calculated risk though. So I now know if I go into a business, what it's going to cost me. But every business that I now own, I haven't spent a single cent to grow it. Okay. So I will get pre-sales out of the thing before I go and manufacture it.
So make sure it's profitable first.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Having $1.25 has taught me one thing. I don't like having $1.25. So I don't want to go back there again. But I don't want to become stagnant either and too safe. So I'll just come up with different funky ways of doing business. It's fun. I love pushing myself.
Keeping it fun is good.
Oh, yeah.
So how are you going to keep it fun into the future? Where should we expect to see Justin Herald in 10, 20 years?
You know what? I have no clue. I don't have a 5 or a 10-year plan, never have. I have a one-day plan. Let's get as much out of today as I can. Take every opportunity that I can. Because if you asked me 12 years ago, where would I be? Nowhere near here. Wasn't aiming that high.
Okay.
So things can happen, and I think sometimes we put too much control in there, and you go, okay, well, it's got to happen this way. What happens if it doesn't? What happens if it goes quicker? I did mine in 6 years. For me, it was a long time.
Yeah.
For everyone else, would love to get that, in 20
Absolutely.
years. So it is what it is.
All right. So sucking the most out of every single day that you're
having a
part
crack.
Of. Yeah.
That's about it.
Having a crack, having fun, doing things groovy and differently.
Yeah, and if
I
it
love
doesn't work, stop doing it.
All right. And if it's not fun, stop doing it.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's finish off with 5 questions in a flash. Just answer whatever first comes to your mind. What is your earliest childhood career ambition that you can remember?
Own a menswear store.
Okay, we sort of went down that
Yeah,
track.
yeah.
In a way. Okay. What's your favourite book?
Who's the monk who sold his Ferrari
All right.
and my own.
Of course. And how many is it that you've actually got out there in the market now? Is it 7?
7. Yeah.
Just 7.
Just 7.
All right, cool. And this is not one of the 5 questions in a flash, but how long on average does it take you to write each of your books?
14 hours.
Jealous. Okay. Television, good or evil?
Love it.
Love it?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. And what's your biggest failure that you've had?
Value? Oh, failure.
Failure.
I don't think I have failed.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see failure as anything. I just see it as a way to learn from stuff. I remember my father, this is a long answer to a short question. My father said to me when I was younger, you don't have a problem, you have an opportunity. And I've never forgotten that, So I don't mind if things just go south.
Just make the best
Just
of it.
now know what not to do again.
Yep. So it's a lesson that you've learned rather than a problem
yeah.
you've had.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And final question. If you could go into business partnership with any one person, alive or dead, who would be your ideal business partner?
Oh, I hate business partners, but I will go with Richard Branson.
Richard Branson, a popular answer today.